My main goal on this trip has been to have an opportunity to speak directly to the Israeli people at a time when obviously what was already a pretty tough neighborhood has gotten tougher, and let them know that they've got a friend in the United States, that we have your back, that we consider Israel's security of extraordinary importance to us, not just because of the bonds between our peoples, but also because of our own national security interests.
Right. That was Obama less than 2 months ago, claiming that Israel has no better friend than the U.S. Apparently, his administration's position has changed. Or has it? Was that just lip service? We now know that the IRS wasn't just going after Tea Party organizations. They were going after pro-Israel and Jewish organizations as well. They were also inappropriately scrutinized. I'm joined by one of the groups who had the pleasure of getting to know the IRS more intimately. Joining me, Lori Lowenthal-Marcus, president of Z Street. Welcome, Lori.
Thank you so much.
So tell me the wonderful, pleasurable experience that you had with the IRS a couple years ago and how it ended up in court.
Well, Z Street is a pro-Israel organization, purely educational. The organization filed for tax-exempt status at the end of 2009. By the spring of 2010, we received some questions, additional questions, which I didn't find troublesome, but some did, before our application moved forward. By that summer, our corporate counsel was becoming a little concerned and contacted the agent assigned to our case, the IRS agent, trying to find out whether there was anything that was holding up our application, whether they needed additional information.
And what were some of those questions that the IRS agent asked you that were problematic for you, that raised some red flags?
Well, as I said, I wasn't familiar with these kinds of applications in the past, but they asked a lot of questions about the board members and their affiliations and so forth, which I didn't understand since we had already supplied that information in the original application.
Did they ask you anything about your political beliefs or anything having to do with Israel and land disputes and things that seem to be out of sync with the Obama administration's policy?
They were asking for affiliations, board memberships of our board members, other board memberships, and so on. I don't really know why they were asking that, but I personally, at that time, did not find it troublesome. However, when our corporate counsel was able to reach the IRS agent assigned to our case in the summer of 2010, the IRS agent told our lawyer that it was taking a long time because they had to scrutinize more carefully any organizations that are connected to Israel.
And did they say anything about because terrorism happens there in Israel? I mean, you know, I don't.
You're getting ahead of me in the story here.
Well,
that didn't happen until later.
Okay, we just have it. We're short on time, so I just wanted to make sure that our viewers got a full understanding of what happened to your organization and how outrageous it is.
All right, very useful. So the other thing that they did ask at that time that made it clear it was really problematic is that the agent told our lawyer that some organizations' files were being sent to a special unit in Washington to see whether the organization's policies contradict those of the administration's.
Well,
at that point,
I apologize. We're coming up on a hard break, but I just want people to know that you have a court hearing coming up on this. You guys weren't the only ones who were scrutinized, and we're going to stay on top of this. People need to pay attention to what the IRS is doing. Thank you for joining us, Lori.
Thank you so much.